God bless America. Taking down attack helicopters one at a time.
What is up, guys? Fadeaway82 coming at you with a closer look at the attack helicopter in Rust. What you're taking a look at right now is some footage from our test server in which we were testing out the attack chopper, and there's two players down here who are trying to defend their small base against the attack helicopter. So what is the attack helicopter? Essentially, it's a PvE event that has been added into Rust. It occurs approximately every 48 to 72 in-game hours. One attack chopper will spawn offshore and move its way slowly inland. You'll hear it coming from miles away. It has an ominous sound to it when that rotor's going, and you'll certainly know that it's coming for you. If you guys want to avoid the helicopter, you can try to hide from it. It will not engage you if you're a naked player. It will engage you if you're holding any type of a weapon. That even includes things like an axe, which is often defined as a tool, but it will consider that in its current iteration to be a weapon and will engage you. So if you're out harvesting trees and that attack chopper's coming, be aware that you're going to want to put that axe away or go ahead and hide from it. This shakes things up quite a bit, guys. This is an absolute big event when it rolls through a server. It is definitely PvE focused, and it is really a cool thing. If you guys want to go ahead and try to take that chopper down, you're going to have to hit specific hitboxes, which are going to be two rotors on it. There's a main rotor, a rear rotor, and then there is an engine as well. If you don't destroy it within 15 minutes, it's going to go ahead and roll out, and you're going to have to wait another 48 to 72 in-game hours to see another one appear. If you guys see more than one helicopter going around, that's probably the result of an admin spawning it in. It's only programmed to bring in one helicopter at a time. You cannot fly the helicopters. You cannot necessarily use them to raid other people's bases. There was some speculation about that. From some initial testing that we've done on it, it will not fire the most damaging aspects of it, the most damaging weapon systems that it has, which are the rockets, in a building blocked zone. So if you roll up to somebody's base and you don't have building privilege, it won't engage you with those missile systems. So that's something that you guys want to keep in mind. However, when you're in your own base, as these players are down here, it's game on at that point, and as you can see, it's raining holy hell and firing those rockets back down to that base. So in the building allowed area, in your base or your clan's base, it's going to go ahead and fire those rockets, and it's absolutely game on. If you're on sentry duty and you get caught at the top of your base, it will fire rockets at you, but you're not necessarily going to be able to kite it over to somebody's base and have it blow a hole in their base. It doesn't quite work that way. Also, it's very damaging to players, so it's very hard to try to get it to follow you without killing you. It shreds players very quickly, and it is quite a threat. This is said to be about 70% complete at this point in time, so this is the first iteration of it. Things are subject to change, so if you're watching this footage down the road, things may look different, function differently. The helicopter is going to most likely have some tweaking. It might be a little bit overpowered at this point in time, but the work that they've done on it absolutely shows. It has a solid AI to it. It knows how to engage certain targets, and it remembers targets. So if you die and then go ahead and wake up in your bed, if you go ahead and respawn at a point, it's going to remember you, and it will go ahead and re-engage you. So it's not as though it starts over, and if you respawn naked, it's still going to consider you a threat. So just keep that in mind. That's an aspect to it that we did test out. Looking at the footage here, guys, you can see that it's really doing a number on that base down there. It doesn't have a limited number of rockets to it. That was some speculation at first as well. The rockets will come out of it at various intervals, but it's not as though it packs 12 rockets and then it's blown its load and it's over. The rockets will keep coming, and they are very, very damaging. They do have splash damage. They will hit things around your base. So if you're building in a compound, that's something that you want to be aware of. The main machine gun on it, which is probably something like a 50 caliber machine gun, if it's modeled after real military helicopters, that is very, very damaging. So when that goes ahead and hits players, it's quite a thing. So you guys want to be aware that even if you're armored, it's going to shred through you pretty quickly. So you're going to fear the helicopter. You're going to fear that bird in the sky. Absolutely. Taking a look at the footage here, you can see that the players are trying to engage it on the ground level. Their base has absolutely been leveled at this point in time, and the helicopter is still up there. When it starts to take damage, it's going to start smoking it first. That's the first sign that you've done the hitboxes right, and you will know you're hitting it because you're going to hear that hit marker sound. When it starts to become on fire, that's the stage where you know it's going to be going into the phase where you're almost about to destroy it. And then once you destroy it, it's going to go down in an explosion, which is going to fall to the ground, and it's going to have multiple fires going on, which will contain loot crates. Those loot crates are going to house high-end items, so it's going to be the higher end of the loot tier. You can find things like C4, multiple rounds, multiple stacks of high-end rounds. You can find hollow sights, all sorts of high-end gear in there. It's going to be something that is going to be a hot spot on the server. A lot of players have speculated, well, this is just going to keep, high-end players more high-end because they're going to take the helicopters down and get the loot. Not necessarily. These are going to be places you can't loot quickly. You have to wait till the fires go out to really be able to get to the loot. So teams of players are going to have to fend off other players. There are going to be big battles here. And it's going to be a place where other players can come in and scavenge the bodies there from players who are engaging with other players, and then also maybe getting to those loot crates as well. What you're looking at right now is a test village that we did before the previous footage, and inside each house we had a building cabinet, a bed, a furnace, and a box. We wanted to see if the rockets from the helicopter would destroy the deployable objects. The player we were using was not decked out in anything we would consider to be high-end. He had hide armor on and he had an axe. The helicopter still did engage him when he was holding that axe, so again, keep that in mind. Looking at the footage right now, this is the helicopter rolling in. We did have God mode on for this part of it, so that's why we're not taking damage. We were just sort of testing out the hitboxes, the hit markers, seeing where we could land shots on the helicopter and how effective that was. The base in here the compound in here consisted of a wood base, a stone base, and a metal base. We tested out the helicopter to see if we ran inside a base, if it would forget that we were there or roll off, and it did not do that. So when we went inside a base, it knew we were there, again speaking to the fact that they've really programmed the AI very well on this model, and you're not going to be saved once you go into a base. It's not quite that easy. It's not a line of sight thing necessarily for this helicopter. So it knew we were in there, it fired some rockets down, and as you can see, it blew off one of the wood walls, and it also damaged some of the other bases around it. So again guys, if you're building in a compound, that helicopter is going to come through and shake things up quite a bit. Be aware that it does affect deployable objects, so the helicopter is going to be taking out things like building cabinets, which could affect your ability to defend your base. So in that case, players could come in and raid you if a helicopter is attacking your compound and takes out some of your cabinets. It will take out sleeping bags and beds, so it'll take out your respawn points. So if you're being attacked by the helicopter in your base and it takes out your respawn points, that's game over at that point in time. And that's something that you guys want to keep in mind. This is a really cool event, and it's going to shake things up on the server. I imagine this is going to be really interesting dynamic when raid teams go ahead and try to raid a base, and all of a sudden an attack helicopter rolls up and they have to hide from it, or even if they're in the middle of a big raid. Imagine that, guys. You're in the middle of a huge raid and an attack helicopter comes rolling through, just shredding people. That's going to be cool to see. That's going to shake up the raid cam business. That's going to shake up everything that we've held dear on Rust, and this is a really, really cool system to have in place. This, again, is the first iteration. I just want to impress that upon you guys, so it might look different in the future. This footage here specifically is showing you the damage that attack chopper does. You can see it shreds through players quite easily. So if you're getting hit directly by it, you don't have much time to react and much time to think. If you guys want to take it down, you're going to need a team of players to go ahead and do that, and you're going to need quite a bit of ammo on you to effectively take it down. If you land every shot with the ammo, you're probably going to be able to get through that attack helicopter with maybe 500 rounds or so, but chances are, you're not going to land every shot because it's a moving target. Firing rockets at it is near impossible. You can hit it with a rocket, but you really have to kind of predict where it's going to be when you fire the rocket, and it does strafe around and move around quite a bit, so it's really hard to land rockets on it. And at this point in time, the most effective way to take it down seems to be using an AK and using incendiary rounds or explosive rounds. And looking at the footage here, guys, you can see that this is what the village looked like after, the mock village looked like after the helicopter rolled through. Blew apart the stone base, blew apart a good part of the wood base, and the metal base was damaged quite a bit as well. Again, it took out those deployable objects. If you hear the attack chopper rolling in at night, be aware that it's going to have a spotlight, and that will allow it to target players. So if you don't want to be targeted by it at night, stay out of the spotlight. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this closer look at the attack chopper in Rust. As always, had a lot of fun making it. Fado82, peace.